How y'all doing? This is Behind the Sound. I got my co-host with me, Chris. Today we have BNGC artist JMBK and Big Wayne, the hype man. How y'all doing? How you guys doing?
I'll get to start with the first question here. Is give us a background on your music in your life and when you knew you wanted to make music.
Yeah, I guess I'll start, right? Okay, so I'm going to kind of go in the question and start from the end of the question and work my way back. So I think it was around like maybe age 17 or 18. I was hanging out with who eventually became the rest of the group members. There was about 7 of us, and we were hanging out. One of us were rapping and none of us were. I played basketball and stuff, I did sports. The one guy who was rapping, though, he would always rap for us, and then all of a sudden 2 guys are rapping. Then 3 guys are, then everybody's rapping. I was the last one, though, to actually come and start rapping, and I think the thing that, actually made me want to do it is just watching the other guys do it. I always listen to music and stuff, but listening to it didn't make me want to do it. But it's like, hey, everybody else is doing it. They're doing it at my house. But I might as well get involved,
Yep. I remember those days. Big Wayne, how'd you get in the hype man and Uncle Jarrett? And y'all roll as a team on all ventures?
We're always a team. Always, 100%. I was pretty much born into the hype man aspect, just listening to all this music, memorizing it, always following along with it.
When I was playing basketball, like I said, I was heavily into basketball. I used to shovel the court off in the wintertime. Practicing. Yeah. He was my hype man then. He didn't play on teams and stuff, but he would come out, pass me the ball, rebound, help me shovel. He's my first cousin, we've been together since birth. So he's always been my hype man, and I've been his hype man,
Yeah. That's awesome.
I understand you have a team titled BNGC. Who is on your team, and name a few, and what does it stand for?
Okay, so I'll start with what it stands for. It started out as Black and Green Crew, and the full title is NSDS BNGC. We mainly just use BNGC now, less confusing, less letters, right? But the NSDS started out for Northside Death Squad. Now, people represent East, West, whatever. We're from downtown in our city, and we're in the north part of our city too, downtown. So that's where the north side thing, instead of biting what other people were doing, we just kind of wanted our own thing. And the Death Squad is, I like to read a lot and stuff, right? So there was a contracted group by the CIA with a guy named Lolo Soetoro, and he was the leader of the Death Squad. And there's a whole story about Lolo Soetoro that I was speaking with Darren about. That's Barry Soetoro's stepfather, who Barry Soetoro is Barack Obama, right? But I didn't know any of this back at the time. I just thought the dude was a crazy leader, So I named the squad after that, me and another guy. And then BNGC, Black and Green Crew, well, we wore black and green. That's what separated us for colors. We still do that. When we go out in public at shows and stuff, we're in black and green. That's our thing. Now, over the years, it's evolved. NSDS now stands for Never Stop, Don't Surrender. It's more motivational, and it's more like what we're about. We plan to never stop, and we don't surrender at things we do, And then BNGC over time has grown where, Christine, I believe you're BNGC, even though you don't recognize yourself as that yet. So it stands for Beyond Normal Geniuses Conquer. So anybody who's beyond normal, trying to press the envelope and do the best that they can to their abilities every day, that's some genius work. And geniuses conquer. So anybody pushing themselves and striving to be their best self is BNGC. That's something everybody can be. As far as members who also helped me come up with that is a guy named Zelly. He's one of the founding members, as well as the name of the crew. And we also have Jay Gooch, who you guys have interviewed. He's one of the founding members of the crew. We have a guy named Legacy. His original name was Too White. Shout out to him. He's one of the originators of the crew. And another guy named Ace, A-Y-C-E, who also became a battle rap champion. 4 members of our crew also battle rap. Then we extended the crew to a guy named Danny Green, a guy named Rain, and another guy I think you're pretty familiar with, AE15. Then we have several affiliates, but that's the core group.
And what's your biggest influence in music?
Do you mean as a musical influence, other music that influences me, or just anything that influences my music?
Let's touch on both aspects of that.
Okay, so the one side of it, I would just say life. My own life, watching other people's lives around me. I like to read a lot, so I read a lot about other people's lives. Life is inspiring to me, as well as death, but life in whole is inspiring. Different situations that people be going through, struggles, the ups and the downs. I just life itself is really inspirational and motivational for me to go out and make music. Music-wise, this is where it gets kind of complicated. My biggest inspirations come from the people around me most. So the guys that I started in that crew with, who we expanded my crew with, that's my beginning inspiration. every time I sit down and write, whether they're with me or not, in my mind, I have to do certain things that impress each one of them to complete my verse. So like that's my inspiration is my local guys. Then the local scene inspires me. Getting out and being active and seeing other artists inspires me. The hype man and I, we used to go out to a lot of shows, right?
Yeah.
Before we started performing, just to go out and show support and learn the game before we ever stepped on stage. You know what I mean? And then you reach out further. I mean, hip hop is a big inspiration, but I'm huge on classical and jazz music. And like that inspires me as well because a lot of those people, I think people looked at some of the guys, Louis Armstrong and whatnot, on their way up that like they couldn't be musicians because of their backgrounds, because of where they come from. And like, look how they turned out.
Right.
So like, I feel like the same thing can apply to me and the circle that I run with.
What is your inspiration for creating music? So what inspires you to keep writing?
Okay, mainly competition. I'm what you call like a competitive rapper. It's not that I'm getting on a song and like dissing somebody or anything, but anytime, even if I'm by myself, I'm competing first on myself. So like, depending on what type of song I'm doing, if I haven't done a song like that, I'm trying to create the best one that I can. If I've already done a song like that, I'm competing to make a song better than that. Then I look at my peers, and then I look at the peers in the game. And because I'm so competitive, it makes me write 1 to 3 songs a day. Now, I'm not putting out most of those songs. It's not about even the quality or anything of it. It's just the fact that I have to keep the sword sharp. And the inspiration is there, so why not write?
That's right. I'll touch on that room you had there, Jared, over on, I think it was on Assumption. Christine, he had a room. It's in one of his songs. I think it's I'll Be Me. The whole room.
I'll Be Me, that up with
Yep. The whole room's filled with lyrics on the wall.
Yeah.
In the floor.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
If you get time, Christine, thank you, AE. If you get time, Christine, check out I'll Be Me. And same with anyone watching. You'll be able to see the inspiration. It's literally ceiling to floor, all the walls covered in verses that I'm working on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, appreciate you bringing that up, man.
No problem. Let's get into the next one. What's the process of how you come up with your lyrics, and what influences your choice of words?
Okay, wow. So there's a couple different things for that. If I'm doing a feature, the thing that influences, I guess, my writing for that is what the song is about and who I'm working with. I'll give you an example of that. AE, I can just use AE as the example instead of giving other people too to compare with because he has a style that's versatile. So on his first project, Ledge Evidence, I had 3 features on. And he's more in a street lane on that album. So I have to come and not stop what I'm doing because my fans expect a certain way that I put things together. So I still have to do that, but I have to figure out now how to bring it into the street lane, which is okay because I come from that background. So like he gives me the ability to open up there. But then on his next project, Always Evolving, he's talking more personal stuff and growth, which allows me on that feature now to switch up because of what he's talking about and now talk about personal experience and growth. So depending on the feature is what my inspiration is. When I'm by myself, what inspires me to write stuff, again, is just the competition of it, the aspect. What was the other part of the question was what is my choice for rhyme words?
Yep.
Or rhyming? Okay, so again, I like to read a lot, and I understand this may be giving some shit away to some people. But, if you can use it, use it. If you don't understand it, then don't apply it. You know what I'm saying? Verbs give action. Right? Like we know this from writing, verbs give action. So I like to be choosy with my verbs and how I use verbs in sentences, the structure sentences, so that everything has like a movement to it while you're listening. That way it doesn't become stagnant. And then I also like to, not intentionally, but I like to try to rhyme things that are hard for others to rhyme, but just keep it in a normal talking type fashion where it's like, it sounds easy for me to do, but like people aren't really rhyming those things.
Like I'll touch on that part before we get into the next question, Christine. When listening to your music, the thing that I love about it, well, personally speaking, that you have to sometimes run it back a couple times because you got 3 different meanings.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sick shit that
Okay,
I
yeah.
like.
I appreciate you. I'll actually touch into that because now you said that that's something I'm super proud of working on. And I think that comes too from me being in a crew and also coming from a battle rap background, I'm a musician first at heart, but I've done a lot of battles. Like I'm 17-4 in battle rapping, live battle rapping against other people in leagues on camera, like all around Ontario, right? Yeah. So the thing that he was saying is I eventually learned I know what a metaphor is. And sometimes you can make a whole verse metaphorical or you can just make a line metaphorical, right? But I started to learn what entendres were and how to work entendres. So once I started to learn that, what I try to do is every single line that I write is at least a double entendre. And that's not to take away from mood or feeling of what I'm writing. I have to still be able to work that in. You know, I'm not just trying to rhyme. I'm trying to like talk about something, but there has to be a complexity to the rhymes. Everything's at least a double, but I like to do triples, quads, and I don't know what you call fives, but I have ones where they have 5 different meanings. And I also like to intertwine entendres and schemes. So we're something that's 2 and something that's 2. If I twist those together, now it gives me 4. But because it's about 2 different things, that actually means 8 different things. So depending on the listener, one listener may get one thing, one may get another one. I feel like that helps me reach more listeners. Then somebody who's really into the art, they're starting to piece it. Oh, it's 4 things. Oh, it's 3 things. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
No problem. Zen master himself.
The next question is song or album or artist that changed your view on music?
Okay. You can start with that one, cuz this is something you can touch on.
It's all generational for me to change my music changes with the generational change in music, really.
So for instance, you came up on a lot of like rock and roll with your
Rock and
family,
roll, tons of rock, oldies, stuff like that.
and then your older brother gets you into like
Right.
hip hop and
Yeah, like Cypress Hill, Bone Thugs.
Sick.
And then we get into like DMX, stuff like that. And it just evolves with.
and then for me, both of my parents, they were into like, I guess you could say like Motown and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like what I kind of came up on, and some Jamaican like Buju Banton. I don't know like if you guys are familiar with him,
I know about it.
but like my mom and my dad used to play a lot of that, and then Bob Marley. So like that's kind of what I came up in. Then my dad passed away when I was 9. So when that happened, we moved back to Windsor, and we didn't move too far away from Glengarry in a neighborhood called Broadhead. And there, everybody listened to a thing called hip hop. I didn't know what hip hop was. Now, my older brothers, they listen to it, but they're like 16 years older than me. That one of them is his father.
Yeah.
So I wasn't aware of what they were listening to. You know what I mean? They didn't live at home. They were adults. They were out doing their thing by the time I was 9. So I came into this neighborhood, and I didn't know what hip hop was. My mom wasn't familiar with it. So she went out while I was at school, and she would ask the older guys in the neighborhood for names of different people they listened to. Then she went to a local store called Dr. Disc here, and she got a stack of CDs. Tupac's Me Against the World, a Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death, Warren G. Regulators. And that is the album right there that changed my perception in music, is Warren G. Regulators. The Regulate album, I never heard music that way before. And I used to listen to that while I was going to bed because that's when my mom would be playing it. And the stories would be so vivid that Warren G was telling in my head. I felt like I was on the bike next to him. That just changed my whole perception and reality of what music was. A route to get there, but I thought I'd give you the whole backstory.
That's what we want.
The more the better.
All right. Who's a song or artist that you love and hate? Both of you guys.
DMX, love that all day. Always. Shit, the one I hate is right here. This fucking guy.
Make them work hard, man. You know,
Always gotta work hard, but no.
I don't think there's an artist that we hate. We don't really like hate.
Like artists,
Yeah.
just can't deal with like some of that newer rap that comes out where guys don't be dressing like guys anymore.
Now look,
I don't do that.
I'm with all the shit. I'm with the shit, and I don't mean to dressing like the girl. I'm with whatever era. If the music sounds good, I'm with it, and I don't have to like it because I understand that there's good music. Good music doesn't have to be my cup of tea.
Right.
There's different types of music for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can step back as being a producer. I can step back and not judge on what I like and just, is the production on this well? Is the writing on this well? Is the delivery, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's hard to hate on anybody that's really trying. And I can tell you people who don't try, but I don't hate them. I just think they kind of make a mockery of what hip-hop is or whatever music that they're doing.
Yeah.
You just make a parody of that genre. As far as an artist that I love, I have to say Abe.
Thank you.
And that I actually mean, like, I love his artistry, and I love him.
Thank you.
That's my fan. That's my fan.
If you had one genre to listen to for life, what it would be and why?
Oldies, because nobody can ever replicate it.
Now, when you say oldies, what do you mean?
Oldies, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Okay.
That's it. Anything beyond that, 80s and beyond, no, I'd give it up. No problem.
If I have
Except
one,
for this guy's music, I wouldn't be able to give that up because that's my job. But damn,
so
that's a hard question.
for me, I don't know if there'd be a genre. I would say I don't care what genre as long as there's music As long as there's something I can hum to or there's words that I can sing along with, I don't care where we're at. I just need music in my life. I don't care. I won't be picky if that's the case. I won't be picky. What it could be somebody playing a harmonica and they could be half terrible at it. If that's all that I have to listen to, I'm gonna take it with a smile. If I have to pick a genre though, I'm gonna say hip hop. That's what I do.
Now, see, Christine, there's a reason why I call him the Zen Master. This guy, he's always cool, calm, and collected.
I try to be, yeah, I try to be. Except for when we're on stage, then I try to let go.
You try. It's hard for him.
Well, I'm next to the hype man. Like, you know how hard it is to get more hype than the hype man.
Yeah,
It's
Wayne's on point.
Yeah, oh yeah. I transform as soon as I go on stage. I'm a totally different person.
Yeah, he turned into Big Wayne. That's
Totally
right.
different.
Your underrated band or artist that should get more recognition.
Underrated band or artist. Now, are we talking local scene or mainstream?
We'll get into both. Why not?
Okay, we'll get into both. I would say I'll start local, and I'm gonna go outside of like my team, my circle, anything. Now, I know some stuff from being out on the scene, but I'm saying as a fan, there's a guy named Mailbox here. I had bought one of his shirts. I've had it now for a few years. Now it becomes a work shirt. I wear it at work still. I won't throw it out. I support him.
Decent.
His name is Mailbox because everything that he raps has a message. And I think that some people overlook him because of that quality. They're just looking to like party to something or chill. But I can super respect that. And I think like there's definitely a spot for that. And mainstream, I mean, I would say there's millions of guys mainstream because you've heard the Double XL Cypher, right? And I'm not hating, but you've heard the Double XL Cypher this year, right? There was millions of rappers that could have been in that Double XL Cypher instead of everybody but two of guys. And Ray Vaughn, man, he's a murderer. Well, to go. TDE Descendant, of course he killed it. The young kid Ian did well, but Samar did good, you know what I mean? But like, come on, man, like there's millions of people that just got overlooked. And like that's taken all of us out of the equation. I'm talking about more mainstream, more bigger, more name that just get overlooked and kind of slept on, But for me, one guy who gets kind of slept on always, he used to be in my top 5 is a guy named Dragon.
Dragon, shit, Rough Riders.
Whoa.
Yeah, he gets slept on.
Mm-hmm. Wayne, what about
What's your
you?
favorite concert?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Shit. I don't really have my ear to the ground locally besides what people in my group do and what I see out while we're at concerts and shows.
Okay.
So I don't.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. What's your favorite concert that you've been to?
Like, I went to Disturbed at the casino. That was dope. They stopped all the seating in front of the stage because too many people were smoking. Everybody was blazing. Everybody. That was hands down the best concert because it was a real concert. Like all the pyrotechnics, the sound was perfect. Like everything about it was great. All the technical aspects, anyway.
And my feeling is that it probably was really good because it was in your hometown too, right?
Yeah, I didn't have to travel no one.
Yeah, I'm saying like
the Caesars and seeing it.
And you go right home after that, relax in your own bed,
Yeah, it's a cheap night.
For me, I'm not sure exactly which one, but it would have to be a battle rap event. I always like the atmosphere at battle rap events.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere is big at battle rap.
So whatever the biggest battle rap event I was at, that was like my favorite type of concert or whatever to be at. Other than that, if we're just talking musically, whatever the local guys are doing is my favorite shit to be at.
What song makes you emotional, and how do you feel emotions play a big part in music?
Emotional in a positive way, a negative way?
Whatever comes.
Okay, I would say there's a lot that you could go with, man, but I would say off the top of my head, probably one of the most craziest emotional songs that's ever taken me on a roller coaster is Dance with the Devil.
Yeah, Mortal Technique.
Like Mortal Technique, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, now, mind you, they're like I said, because I like to read a lot, but I also study music like a motherfucker, especially hip-hop. And like I try to go back to like 78, 79 when I can find things that I can listen to. I know it's from before then, but that stuff's like hard to find. And I try to come all the way, so I don't want to like overlook anybody, especially even in other genres. Like there's some rock stuff, there's some country stuff, some jazz stuff, but that Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil is just like, it's different, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause knowing that that's a plausible real story too. Now, mind you, I've heard a lot of crazy stories and I'm sure we all have crazy stories we've seen. But to like just hear it and how it was penned down and delivered and everything, definitely, even with just talking about it, like sparks a level of emotion in me,
What started you out making music, and when did you make your first song?
Okay, so the group started me out with making music, and I made my first song maybe 2008. It's the first song, but like I can't really call it a song. It was me rapping 2 verses on a beat. My first song was probably 2016, and it may have been maybe You Gotta, which there's a video for that on YouTube. If anybody, feel free to go check it out and stuff.
In the junkyard. Okay. Who would you shape your sound around? Who would you say you shape your sound around? And who's an artist that if someone were to say you sounded like would be a compliment?
Okay, so this is crazy, right? When I started rapping, I had to learn how to rap I had to like learn how to rap, right? So you rap who you're influenced by, right? Like I'm sure you remember when you started. And any musician, even if like you're doing rock, whatever band, if you're a vocalist, whoever you're influenced by is probably who you first sound like, right? So I sound a lot like Joel Santana, Cameron. Those are Harlem rappers from Dipset. And also a guy named Cassidy from Philly.
Unreal.
That was kind of what I sound like, you know? And I didn't like that. Like, I would rap outside and people would give me compliments that, oh, yo, you sound like Joel's. And I was like, well, I'm trying to sound like J Money Black Knight, you know, which is JMBK. I had to, like, tailor and put myself together, you know? And I done a couple things. We won a couple performance competitions. And then I put out a project and I had my stuff critiqued on 2, like, review channels. And they said good things about it and shit. But they said that I kind of rap like a mixture of Kendrick Lamar and Eminem. Or like Nas and Redman. And I was like, yo, man, like that's nice, you know? And then my foster brother said, you rap like Pac or DMX. And I was like, yo, can I just rap like JMBK? But no, it's all compliments, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just depends the kind of like what type of song I'm on and stuff too, you know?
That's what Christine said. I rap like Jay.
Yeah.
I said, well, when he's mad, when he's doing the mad rapping, he sounds like DMX, but he sounds different when he's doing like the R&B stuff.
Yeah, he got the energy in his voice.
Yeah, he's got that underground when he's doing like the harder raps. His voice changes that time during the different, which is good. That means you're versatile, right? But yeah, a lot of his songs, it's a different sound each one, which I like.
I was just about to say, Aaron is kind of a cadence chameleon. Depending on where he's at, his cadence will change. You know what I mean? Which is good. Which is good. Like that itself, that's not something you can just do. That's something you have to work on. That's like an ability that you can do little things at the beginning, but to make it sound good the way he does, that's something he puts time and effort into. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So, like, that's really cool that you recognize that too, Christine, because I recognize that too. I hope listeners do. And then just before we go to the next question, since I brought up the JMBK and J Money Black Knight, so JMBK is what I'm called. J Money Black Knight is the actual name. Jay, my name is Jarrett. Money is most original now, entertaining you. And Black Knight comes from the story of King Arthur. So that's kind of how I put that together. And then JMBK is obviously short form for that. But it also means Jarrett Monroe brings knowledge. And my name is Jarrett Monroe, brings knowledge to hold beyond normal geniuses conquer things, you know?
It's deep. I love it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So what was that tip that you would give the old version of yourself when you first started making music that you're aware of now?
Yo, you're ready to compete now. Don't wait. Like I waited a while and tailored, went outside, listened to people, came back in, fixed my shit, went outside, listened to people. But that's because I did the same thing coming up playing basketball. When I moved here, everybody listened to rap and played basketball. I came up playing hockey and baseball. So I had to go outside, watch everybody, go inside and practice, go outside, watch. So I did the same shit with hip hop. I didn't need to do that. Once I understood what competition was and my skill level was a certain level, I should have just stepped outside.
Yep. Not trying to give compliments or anything, you know, but he's unreal. The flow is great. The battle rap's great. You know, he's a different class of people. He needs recognition for that.
Battle rapping is extremely hard. For you to be able to come up with that shit on the fly, that's a whole different talent on its own.
Yeah.
Yo, so appreciate you, but I don't want to trick you. Some guys will just let that slide. Yo, 5% of battle rapping, we get our opponents first, study our opponents, and write. On the spot, we come up with rebuttals for things that they say to us on the spot. But most of that is written. Now, some guys will try to pass it off. No, we all freestyle it. That's not how the game works. There's even like rules in battle leagues for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate that. But yo, it is hard because if you do 3 5-minute rounds, that's 15 minutes. If you were to put that on beats and everything, that's about 45 minutes on beats. So that's an album. So like you have to write a whole album and memorize an album to spit a battle. That's where it becomes a bit complex, you know?
Yep. All right. I got a next question. It's kind of going to be a rhetorical question in itself because I know you. Do you experience writer's block? And if so, how do you overcome it?
How'd I know? No, thankfully, I'll knock on wood. So like I said, I write 1 to 3 a day. That's like, it's an obsession. Like days, if something happens and I'm doing a lot of family stuff and other things and I don't get to write, I have to wake up from my sleep and go write, or else I'm not sleeping that night well. So like then work's going to be hard the next day and stuff, you know. But that's not a natural thing. That's from doing it so much and forcing myself. Like, there used to be times when the boys were writing, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? So I may have to miss out on a verse, and somebody else, one of the other boys, fill that verse in. And like, yo, that's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like missing out on something because of your own lack of dedication to something. So I press myself so much all the time to be able to do it. Like right now, Christine, if you ask me, yo, can you write me a 16 about a leprechaun that found gold and then gave it to a homeless nun? Yo, like, we could get that done and have it witty and clever. Now, if you gave me a little longer to sit with it, I could do a lot more. But right away, we could do. But that's from pressing myself. That's not like, oh, that's a natural ability. That's something I really worked on and honed. So, like, I don't face writer's block because of that, I think, and also because, like I said, I'm so competitive. So in my mind, whoever I'm thinking about at that time and how great they are, I'm not hearing the writer's block in whatever song I'm listening right now. I'm hearing greatness, and I'm trying to chase that shit.
I love it.
How do you feel about the music industry today?
Go ahead, yeah.
It's not for the musician. You
want me to expand? So when he says it's not for the musician, it's for the corporation.
Yeah.
It's not for the listener either.
No.
It's for the corporation. Now,
because everybody's just getting put on these days. There's not even a selection about it.
Now, Christine, what musical background did you like come up listening to? What genre?
Everything. I'm metal, rap. I moved from Alberta to Nova Scotia, and I went from listening to metal, and then I'm
okay. Like what? What did your parents? What did your parents like first introduce you to? Funk. Okay, which grew into other stuff. Funk's still around, and there's a whole lot of hip hop sampling from funk. You know what I mean? But when funk first originated, it was for the parties and stuff, right? And for the people that want to get down and boogie. And then corporations, they found out that there was money behind it, right? This happens in every genre. It just happens to be that hip hop is the most newest, only being 52 years old. So we're seeing it happen before our eyes. But Christine, I'm sure that you've seen this happen with funk. You've seen it happen in rock. Like you said, you follow a lot of different musical genres, right? As soon as they see that money can be made, the corporations move in. They start only hiring people that will cater to their messages that they want to put out, and then that will be the stuff that now gets fed to us as consumers. Even if we don't want it, it'll get fed to us, and then it gets fed to us so much that not us, but the next generation under us who hasn't been exposed to the same music yet, they'll think that that's acceptable music. But that's just not happening right now. I feel like that's been happening since the mid-'70s in all music. If you compare a lot of music right now, and it's not that it's worse, it's before you had to have a level of
skill,
ability, and understanding of your musical awareness and how to create before you be put out. Now you can be day one Charlie and be put out because you look good or because you sound good. But you can only last 2 or 3 years, and then that falls off. And what kind of a market do you create off of a short lifespan of an artist? As far as me, you, or Aaron, or Wayne as a fan, we can't even get to follow somebody for 10 years or 20 years. We can't even experience your growth and grow through life without you, because there's very few guys like Eminem that we can do that with, and then they get critiqued for sticking around too long.
It's crazy.
It's weird. The game is weird.
Oh, yeah.
It's the internet. The internet has made everybody with shorter attention spans. So fads, I've actually watched documentaries, trends have shortened up, like overall all trends, because of the internet. Things that used to stay around for a couple years now stay around for a couple months. So it's reflective in the music as well, right? It's just the internet has made it people's attention spans shorter and made it easier for them just to go to the next flavor.
Well, yes, and to expand on what you're saying, because I totally agree, Christine, and to expand on that is, see, before, remember, things used to last, even pogs when we were young, whatever, they last like 5-10 years, and then the next thing comes in. But those, like you said, those were called a trend, right? Things that used to be fly by overnight, the difference was they were called a fad. Now we don't really have trends, we just have fads. But we're calling them trends so that we don't feel less of by calling our shit a fad. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, you have garbage and you have something that's not so clean. They're both garbage though. Like, not so clean is still like, what are we talking about right now?
That's right.
Like, we could clean it up by just saying, hey, it's not as clean as that thing. No, but changing the lingo on it or the term doesn't change the quality of product.
It's refurbished.
And I think that's what's happened.
Okay.
I do think you're 100% right about that, Christine. I think that's what's happened.
Uh-huh.
It's happened with a lot of things. Like, it's just because, like I said, they've noted that, like, our generation underneath of us, their attention spans, it's not the same. And the corporations are just trying to feed them the latest trend, right? So they're just getting bombarded with all this new shit every day, so they just move on to the next thing because there's just so much online to move on to, right? The internet's got a real short attention span, like TikTok. I do watch documentaries on those kind of trends, right? And it's crazy.
I also think there. Go ahead. I also think there's something to do with parenting, to touch on that a bit. I don't want to get too much into people's parenting, but I'll just give you an example. So I don't know if other people in my generation were made to do this, but I was a bit of a nerd anyway growing up, you know? But when I used to get in trouble with my mom, I had bookshelves of books. My mom would grab a Goosebumps book, an Animorphs book, a Beast Wars book, and she would say, yo, you read these 2 chapters right here, and then she would give me 10 questions to answer. Just like you get in school. You have to read those to know, right? So that builds your attention span. But when parents just put a phone in front of their kid where it's 15 seconds click, 15 seconds click, you can't build an attention span like that.
Not at all.
No, I got my son into building models, like miniatures, for that exact reason.
Yo, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. And he has to pay attention to detail, so you know he's actually paying attention.
Right.
It's not just something you can look at and get by with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very smart. Very smart.
I remember Jared was telling me the one day I remember I was talking to him about attention span on music, and he's the one that enlightened me. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds is the average. It's called duration of.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? That was recent that Aaron and I, the AE and I, were talking about that, and last week I just learned now it's about 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We've actually shaved time off since the last time me and you spoke about this very topic.
That's crazy.
Like, that's crazy.
Because in the 70s, they must average it.
Do you remember the Rolling?
If you remember Papa with the Rolling Stone, there's a 6-minute intro. There's a 6-minute intro before the first vocal comes on there.
All of Pink Floyd songs were way longer than that.
The difference is, though, too, is you had live musicians actually playing. So it was worth listening to 6 minutes of an actual good. But now it's all done on the computer, right? So, like, I don't care how good of a beat you make. I don't want to just listen to a beat for 6 minutes. I'll rap to it. You know? So by making our life easier sometimes, we actually, like, take away the value of some things by finding shortcuts. The easy way is not the better way.
That's crazy. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Songs from your childhood that you vividly remember, and when and where did you hear it?
Song you vividly.
When I was really young, when it first came out.
Now, you know what's crazy? I'll go with the same one as him. Like, I got other songs, but I can remember being in his dad's van, too, with that bumping. And, like, rest in peace, Uncle Bull, you know? But, like, he'd be smoking and shit in the van, just blowing push. And, bro, there'd be, like, smoke by us out the window, and you'd be watching smoke thinking it's smoky outside. But, like, that's coming from the front seat, you know? Like, I can remember those days.
That's awesome. Okay, how does music play a part in your everyday life?
It gets me by doing simple stuff like chores that I don't even want to do. So music will make the chores seem like they're not even there. It's almost like they do themselves because I get lost in the music.
That's awesome.
Mostly is.
That's awesome too.
And for me, I just feel like music is my life. Like, I'm constantly, if I'm not listening to it, I'm thinking about it.
You're straight addicted.
Yeah, I don't know if it's healthy. Yeah,
it has a rating addiction.
And like, I'm always trying to like piece something together. Like, how can I add another syllable to this or make another meaning out of this and connect it? I'm always trying to figure like the next piece of the puzzle out. You know? So music's just kind of always on my brain.
Okay.
If you could collab with any artist, who would it be and why? And who's your favorite artist to have collabed with?
Okay, so that's for me then, because he just hype man's for me. He doesn't do it for anybody else. Don't ask out there, guys. He's not doing it for you. No, it's just, I would say any collab that I could get. I don't know if it would necessarily be with an artist as in that way, but there's a violinist. She's considered the best in the world at this point, not like by me. Like, she has a lot of awards and stuff. She's been doing it, I believe, since she's 9. I think she's in her late, I don't even want to say her age. She's a woman. Her name is Hilary Hahn. If she even just went on a record for me, I'd be cool with that. Like, to me, that would be nuts. She's like, I think, maybe one of the most skilled people at what she does that I've ever heard. You know what I mean? So I think that would be, yeah, because I don't really attain for, like, features. Like, you know, there'd be cool people to, like, do a song with or whatever, but I don't know. The mode and the time and stuff would have to work. There's nobody I'm just like, hey, I want to step out and create with. And then for my favorite collab, I don't know. Anybody who's from my spot. I don't have a favorite one out of them. Anyone who's from my spot.
That's
so
awesome.
sorry to everybody else that I have collabs with. By the way, I have 22 collabs that aren't from my circle. It's out places. yo, I like all you guys. I respect all you guys, but you're not us, though.
All right. How many albums or projects do you have and they're released, and what is the backstory on the latest project?
Okay, so my first one, 2016, March 16th, was Music, Multi-Unique Sounds Intellectually Combined. That's my first project. It's 13 songs. I moved that on CD, hence it was back in 2016. We did 854 copies in total out of 1,000. So now that took us a long time to move all those. They didn't like move overnight, but yeah, we moved 854 copies. The second project that came out was 2022, I believe, which is called Check, or maybe 2023, but that is called Check.
2023.
That is 5 songs, and that is part of a 3-project volume thing. So there's Check, Double Check, and Checkmate. I don't want to give dates for when stuff comes out because things always change. So yeah, I have those. Those are full projects out. I've dropped a couple singles. I've dropped some music videos, but I literally have obviously thousands of songs written. But like just on my phone, I have just over 400 songs like that I've done in the last 2 years recorded, and like I could put them out if I want just on my phone. Now, if I go to like the studio, we got a vault with probably a few hundred. On my computer, I have a few hundred. Like, we have a lot of songs.
And there's songs that he sent me that were just phone clips of tracks.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed it as phone clips, and they were the best songs.
Went out and performed them. We do that actually a lot. We perform a lot of times, especially in our early come up stuff that it's not out. It's not even been recorded. We're going out and seeing if the crowd likes it. If they like it, I'm gonna go to the studio because it costs money. So I just don't want to go record some shit. If the crowd likes it, cool, I'm gonna go to the studio. And after you do that a few times, you start understanding too, like not what you should write, but what demographics, how to hit this people, who likes what, how to hit. You know what I mean? Then you don't have to always go play it for people and be out there like that. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to grab something, keep talking, though.
Well, it's like, actually, I was going to blow my nose.
All right, just me and you, Wayne.
Yeah.
So you had help me with this show or what?
Yeah. I'm buying it as soon as we're done.
Yeah. I gotta get my sensei shit ready, though. We got a couple more questions.
Dying, bro. I charged my phone before we did this, and it's already almost dying, but I plugged it in. We good.
Alrighty, I can ask you the, we only got 2 questions left, and then we'll go to the song.
Yep.
You're also a battler. How many battles have you had, and what's your record? How did you get started in battling?
Okay, I'll start with how I get started. Thank you. So like I said, I come from a crew, BNGC. There was a guy, Danny Green. He went by Awkward Dan at the time. Yeah. So if people look up his battles, it'll be Awkward Dan, you know. But Danny Green, shout out Danny, much love, man. Danny Green started battling. And he went to his first battle and didn't even tell us, the crew. I don't know why he didn't tell us. I didn't know if it was like a psychological thing. Maybe he didn't want the pressure. Maybe he thought that we just did music so we wouldn't support him battling. I don't know. But he went out, he did the first battle. He won. He said, hey, I got a battle coming up. I thought it was his first one. I was like, dope, yo, sign me up. Because the name Black Knight, like I said, come from the story of King Arthur. So if his army's fighting, so is he. So I'm like, if my boy's out there battling, I got to be out there battling. I didn't want to battle. But if my boy's out there battling, I gotta be. So he signed me up. I found out when we both showed up to battle that day that it was actually his second battle. After that, Ace signed up to start battling. Rain signed up. There was 4 of us. We used to go all around Ontario and battle people in leagues. 2 of us became champions out of it. It's dope. Mm-hmm. That's how I got started. Shout out to Bang Out Battles and Shark Division for giving me my start. Shout out to Rhyme Runners, Beast Mode. I don't know, wherever I've touched or talked or whatever. Shout out to everybody out there, though. Fight Night, Battle Raps, shout out to them. But, yeah, so I'm 17-4, 17 wins, 4 losses. And I would say I learned from each one of those losses. You know what I mean? So they, like, strengthened me. For instance, my third battle was against the guy who got to battle for the very first King of the Dot championship. And King of the Dot is a very prestigious battle rap league.
Huge. And
Bartone, shout out to Bartone. That was my third battle. So my pen game was really nice, but he taught me about what performance was. I took an L there learning about performance. But not only did I take an L there, he was cool with me and he really liked my style in rapping. So he actually took me to the side and gave me the advice on performance and shit. And he's a voice actor. Like, he's been in Sailor Moon, Beyblades. He was in Kids in the Hall. So, like, this man, like, knows about performance. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then he gave that to me. So that was dope. So, yeah, I'm 17-4, and I've had 9 no-shows. So on my verse tracker record, it'll actually say I'm 26-4. But we don't count no-shows over here as wins. We just count that shit as not happening. Yeah. So we're 17-4. Hey. We don't just take wins over here. If we didn't earn them, we don't want them.
Touching on that note, The losses. I'm not. I'm just not just because I'm biased. I don't think you lost. To be honest, let's just put that out there. Maybe one day.
Okay, look, I appreciate you, man. My first one was a loss because I didn't know. Christine, remember how you brought up freestyling earlier and right in front of the people? So I didn't know that you could mix freestyle with your writtens, because when I originally got the contract or whatever from the Battle League, it said to have 3 written rounds. So this was my first time ever memorizing something, my first time battling. That's not an excuse, but I forgot my shit. You know, and I stopped rapping, and I could have freestyled. I freestyle. I do that. You know, I'm good at it.
He's good.
And
Real good.
and I didn't do that. You know, so I definitely earned that loss. You know what I mean?
But he learned a lot. Learned a lot.
Now there was another guy. The judges gave it to him because they said that they didn't like my content, even though the crowd was more on my side. And that guy called me several battles after that, asking for my advice on how to set up his battle stuff. So I feel like that was a win, but on paper that one's a loss. My other 2, I can definitely... Dolo Chillin', shout out to Dolo Chillin', man. Yo, he taught me a gang of shit, even though I was sick. Like, I was mad sick when I battled him. So even if I wanted to perform, I couldn't. I had the flu and shit, but I still showed up and battled him, you know? I went all the way up to Niagara Falls and shit, like a 5-hour ride from where I'm at with the flu and shit. You know, I battled him. That's not why I lost. I lost to Dolo Chillin', the ex-champion 106 in Park. And he gave me a schooling session just on how to work a room. Not performance, but how to work a room and talk to different people in the crowd, you know? So him and Bartone, I definitely count as losses. And the one guy that obviously I forgot my shit against. So we'll say 3 losses, but it's 4 on paper, you know? So I appreciate you, nephew. You're right about that.
No problem. All right. Any upcoming events or projects we should be aware of?
Yeah, so you know of an upcoming event that is August 16th at Atkinson Park, a.k.a. the skate park on University. That is from 12 p.m. till 6 p.m., I believe.
Yep.
All ages. So if you're in the city of Windsor, come on out, bring your kids, whatever. There'll be different shows. We're hosting 4 until 5:30. We're also performing then. There'll be a girls' hour where it's just girls performers. I believe that's 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Come out. There's stuff for everybody. There's, I think, face painting. There's different merch tables. You'll be able to get some Trillis merch. You'll be able to get some Rose City Royalty merch. Definitely get out there and cop that.
Yeah.
As far as upcoming projects, I do have 2 projects that are about to come out, but I don't want to give you specific dates for that, like I said, in case something comes up. Other than that, there will be a slime series preview for everybody sometime next month of License to Kill, a.k.a. 007. JMBK is the guy who wrote that, but James Bond will be performing it. And there will be a video out and a song out for that. There's already a snippet on my IG if you guys want to go check it out. Just look for the License to Kill snippet.
It's fucking sweet.
Okay, so we are going to break into the song portion. I'm going to play Made for TV first. You want to give a little introduction to that one?
Sure. So, Made for TV is off of Check. Check is out on all streaming platforms. Check is my first official project out on any type of internet or streaming. Made for TV was inspired, I guess, by my personality and different goals and stuff in life. It's also a very fun song, and my daughter's in the video.
Yeah. Shout out to Raina.
Yeah, shout out to Raina.
And
We love you, Raina.
to add to it, this is one of my favorite videos. Not just because of my family, but because of how it's shot and it's fucking sweet.
Oh, perfect. I love videos.
And shout out to Rush Mid for doing the camera work.
Yeah.
And the art studio on Monmouth for having us out there and for letting us rent some equipment and a green room. Thank you.
Alrighty, we're going to give this a listen.
BNGC. Beyond normal geniuses conquer. JMBK. Yeah. Man, this is like a pay-per-view, right? Turn on the TV, subscribe, and don't change the channel. They watching me, mistake for TV. This is real life, in real life they hate to see me. A star, I'm a star, they hate to be me. But watching me, keep watching me, I'm made for TV. In control, I hold and have the right to change the channel. Giving glow, it ain't gotta be night to light a candle. Behind the bars, behind these bars is something you can handle. Being blown out the smoke, there'll be fire placed up on your mantle. Cut it like a sample, double checking with your hand. And if another pie your hand in, you bitch, thanks for understanding. Example, it's a different game when playing underhanded. See tonight, no way you camp is firelight, I'm up like heaven. In control, I hold and have the right to press a button. In my soul to blow dynamite is success or nothing. Underground from underground, my dragons rest in dungeons, puffin' where the smoke is pungent. My name's money with your budget. They watching me, they watching me. A mistake for TV. This is real life, in real life they hate to see me. A star, I'm a star. They hate to be me. Watching me, keep watching me. I'm made for TV. They watching me, they watching me. A mistake for TV. This is real life, in real life they hate to see me. A star, I'm a star. They hate to be me. Watching me, keep watching me. I'm made for TV. Mouth get to running, you can get stretched just like lunging. Wow, get to dumping, now it's a rap like the blunting. Wow, get to duck, it raining, there's a storm that's coming. Warning nothing, torture's up, and so it's time to torment something. So long with my morpher coming, am I in your range? I can and will, these coins bring power to me when I am in danger. That is all I'm asking, thank you. Control money like a bank, yeah, I went talk slick. Oh, and I'll take ship just like a tanker. In control, I hold and have the right to press a button. In my soul to blow dynamite, it's success or nothing. Underground from underground, my dragons rest in dungeons, puffin' where the smoke is pungent. My name's money with your budget. They watching me, they watching me. Mistake for TV. This is real life, in real life they hate to see me. A star, I'm a star. They hate to be me. Watching me, keep watching me. I'm made for TV. They watching me, they watching me. Mistake for TV. Mistake for TV. A star, I'm a star. They hate to be me. Watching me, keep watching me. I'm made for TV.
I think he might have cut out, but we're still going to play a song.
Yep, that was awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play the next one, which is Cash App. So you want to give us a little introduction?
That video was sweet, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the little breakdown for Cash App is just, I guess this helps for the rappers out there that have to manage your own shit, indie artists and stuff. You gotta watch like your own trends and algorithms and stuff, especially from your service provider or whoever you put out music out through, your streaming service provider. So what I do is I follow what was going on. It turns out that I needed a song for the female demographic because my female viewership was kind of low. Now I wasn't intending to go out and make a girl song, but I wanted to make something that would, like, I guess girls could move to or whatever still too, but still rap on. So that's how we got Cash App, and that actually did bring up my stuff for me. It gave me a 52% female listening audience. So it actually brought it up more than 50%, which is dope.
Okay.
You gotta pay attention to that algorithm if you want to make it in YouTube for sure. That's like that's what I'm learning right now is the YouTube algorithm for our channel. So.
Oh yeah, they'll show you everything you need to do.
I mainly just pay attention. You're 100% right. I mainly just pay attention to see like what my fans are asking for. It's like whatever that I'm missing is probably what they're asking for. So I just look at what's missing in the algorithm and I try to give them that.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. It's just learning how to read those numbers that they give you, and you know how to kind of form your content so you get to the point. Like you want views, but you don't want to sacrifice your content. But it kind of lets you hone in the content to get more viewership.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna play this one.
BNGC. Beyond normal, geniuses conquer. JMBK. Nowadays it's Cash App. We used to keep money in a backpack. Sweet face with a fat yeah. They don't crush your black scat. Maple syrup, let me tap that. You a legend with a map at. Sweet face with a fat yeah. They don't crush your black scat. I drove up, she bust down. Music bumping the club loud. We here till it's shut down. She got legs for days, just a rundown. She 3-0 like a shutout. Her friend 10 lights with her butt out. Off the field, they getting dug out. Scream at the picture, come rush. I got your name, you got my number. You sexy, hot as summer. I need you, those words, hug me. Hey girl, here's your money. I got your name, you got my number. You sexy, hot as summer. I need you, those words, hug me. Hey girl, here's your money. Nowadays it's Cash App. We used to keep money in a backpack. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't crush your black scat. Maple syrup, let me tap that. You a legend with a map at. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't crush your black scat. Nowadays it's Cash App. We used to keep money in a backpack. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't crush your black scat. Maple syrup, let me tap that. You a legend with a map at. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't crush your black scat. Trust my path, you'll find out. Only corner you see in is time out. You weren't them, but you're mine now. Don't mind, need a diamond, I'm down. Up on stage, you got the high ground. Let me bring you back to my hideout. I know a place we can hide out. Music loud, to my house, you can't fly out. Hold a sec, just wait a minute. At home ain't shy now. From the club to a gated crib. Take a trip, come ride with me. Take a trip, come ride. Take a trip, come fly with me. Take a trip, come fly. I got your name, you got my number. You sexy, hot as summer. I need you, those words hug me. Hey girl, here's your money. I got your name, you got my number. You sexy, hot as summer. I need you, those words hug me. Hey girl, here's your money. Nowadays it's cash out. We used to keep money in a backpack. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't cry, she a black scat. Maple syrup, let me tap that. Hey with legend with a map at. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't cry, she a black scat. Nowadays it's cash out. We used to keep money in a backpack. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't cry, she a black scat. Maple syrup, let me tap that. She a legend with a map at. Sweet face with a fat ass. They don't cry, she a black scat. Shit, I ain't even gonna lie, man. I ain't thinking about you, bitch.
We're gonna play the last song, which is One Day. Do you want to give us a little intro to that?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll try to make it quick for you. So on music, I made a song called I'll Be Me and Only Human. I think that's where all my content actually stems from, is like helpful, motivational, inspirational stuff. And then I like to do the super lyrical shit. I like to do some fun stuff, some street stuff. I think that's like where I really start. So to give you a quick breakdown is I did a battle and we did a show together at an adult entertainment club before, okay? To keep it kind of censored, you know? And these ladies had got a hold of us. Now they were like in like their late 40s and early 50s. They got a hold of us and they said they wanted to come, but they were from Virginia. They wanted to make sure for sure I was going to be there and stuff. And I thought it was really sketchy. It's like I wasn't answering at first. I wasn't answering. And then I had somebody else answer for me, like as if like they were speaking on behalf of me and stuff, you know, it's like they were going through them. And then eventually the day of, they said they're on their way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm still like, yo, like I used to get into some street activities, you know, in my younger days. I'm thinking maybe somebody's trying to set me up. Like now I'm out in public all the time. You know, I'm like, things go through your head, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And these ladies, they actually show up and they bring me memorabilia and stuff from Virginia. It turns out the one lady's son, Eric, I hope Eric's doing good if he's watching this. It turns out he was going through a hard time, ended up getting himself some jail time, and then was in rehab. And during rehab, into some of his stay, he was allowed to have some stuff. So I guess he asked for, this tells you about a few years back that it was, he asked for not an iPad, what's the other one? An iPod. He asked for an iPod from his mom, and he had "Lose Yourself" by Eminem and "I'll Be Me" on there.
That's huge.
So, to me, that's like one of the biggest things that's ever happened to me in life and in music. So, on every project now, I try to make sure I have a song that can like touch somebody. That like, yo, I'm just like you. We're going through the same shit. And that's kind of how this song is. No matter who you are, I think you'll be able to relate to it. I think you'll be able to relate to it, Christine. You know.
Cool. Well, we'll give this a listen then. I'm excited to hear it.
Thank you.
Man, I feel like I've been doing this forever, right? I ain't fitting to give up though at all. I'm sure I'll get to where I want to be one day. Hard work pays off. But for now, BNGC. Another day up early for work. It's time to go. I stay working hard at work, no time to blow. Another shift and his shit, it's time to go. Sick of watching others bomb, now's my time to blow. Too much shine to glow, so I gotta be a star. And gotta have a home and there's gotta be a car. I'm thinking Ocean View, or possibly on Mars. Not a vegan, but I wanna be where all the beef is sparse. Horns play the beating heart, listen, life is deep. I'm blind, I need the spark, look, I use the light to see. Just when it seemed dark, bright, in the light of sleep. Eyes open, stay woke, but hey, I still like to dream. Counting the whitest sheep every night before bed. One by one, they go over my forehead. Mental leaders more said, see these sheep don't shrink in doubt. For me, there's more ahead, I always say and think myself. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. For real, maybe my skills will pay the bills one day. But for now, Monday to Sunday's all one day. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. For real, maybe my skills will pay the bills one day. But for now, Monday to Sunday's all one day. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. But for now, I continue to work hard non-stop. Started at the bottom, gotta drip till I'm on top. Good things, committing crime, I never got caught. Now opportunity is at the door, knock, knock. Chicken bok, bok, I once got a goose egg. Full circle, chickens like a toupee. 2 days a new day, kick push learning from Lupe. That's why I stay feeling Superman till it's doomsday. As guitar strings they play in the background, I realize what I didn't have and what I have now. Passed out after like Andy on Halloween, I pass out. Don't worry about it, Rafiki, it's in the past now. Looking for a cash cow, okay, up at the farm. Can't quit, I only pasta go noodles with extra parm. Stay away from beef, don't wanna upset the barn. One day's tomorrow and tomorrow's never far. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. For real, maybe my skills will pay the bills one day. But for now, Monday to Sunday's all one day. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day. For real, maybe my skills will pay the bills one day. But for now, Monday to Sunday's all one day. I'm sure I'll get to where I wanna be one day.
I like it a lot.
Awesome.
I like you're very versatile too, by the way.
Jared's awesome.
Yeah, all three of those songs sound completely different. So yours just as versatile as Aaron, I would say. No, I really like your music. I really do. I thought it was very uplifting, that last song for sure.
Sweet, appreciate you. Thank you.
He's unbelievable.
You are right. That's pretty relatable to fucking almost anybody. Well, anybody with any ambition,
Right.
anyway.
Yeah. Anybody with ambition to do something, right? You work hard, hopefully you get to where you want to be one day, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I just want to say thank you guys for sharing your time. It was an amazing interview.
Yeah, no
I'm very
problem.
excited to meet you guys.
No problem.
Thank you
for having us on. Yeah, it was a pleasure talking with both of you. Yeah.
BNGC. Another day up early for work. It's time to go. I stay working hard at work. No time to blow. Another shift.